Hello everybody, my name is Jay. I'm one of the expert IELTS teachers here at E2 Language and also a teacher at E2 School, which is a new website I'm going to tell you about in this lesson. In this lesson, we're going to talk about how you can best prepare for your IELTS test. Because what you don't want to do is take your IELTS and not get the score that you want. You want to take it once and once only, and you want to succeed, and you want to come out at the end and be very happy if you can. So let me talk to you about the steps you need to take in order to be successful in your IELTS. The first thing you need to do when you're preparing for your IELTS is to determine what score you need. Do you need a 6, 6.5, 7, 7.5, or 8? These scores depend on the immigration department or the university that you're trying to apply for example. So you need to actually work out what score you need. And obviously an 8 is going to be much more challenging than a 6. So think about those scores. That's the first step. Where are you headed or what do you need? The second step then is to determine what your current level of English is. So if you're aiming for a 6, for example, is your English currently at a 6? If you're aiming for an 8, is your current level at an 8 or is it at a 7? And how can you determine this? Also, if you're aiming for an 8, then your reading, writing, listening, and speaking all need to be at an 8 as well. Perhaps you might be weak in one skill, for example. And bear in mind that there are sub-skills associated with these macro skills. So there are grammar, vocabulary, fluency, pronunciation, essay writing as in the structure, as well as spelling. So how are you at these sub-skills of English? Because ultimately, the IELTS test is a test of your English skills, really. Of course, there's test preparation and you need to learn about the different question types, for example, and how to structure up your different essays. But at the end of the day, it is a question of how good your English is. And English consists of those 4 skills and then those sub-skills as well. And you may need to improve all of them. Okay, let's keep going and think about how you're going to get there. So how are you going to determine your level of English? Well, there are 2 main ways. Here's a bad way. The bad way is to go and take the IELTS test and see how you go. And a lot of people do this. One, I understand you want to get the sort of test experience and you think, oh, look, I'll just go and have a crack. I'll go and have a shot at taking the IELTS test and see how I go. Most of you who do that without good preparation won't succeed. And I say that from looking at the statistics of success rates and pass rates that you can see on the IELTS website, for example. It's also going to cost you about $200 to do this, and it's going to take a lot of stress. There's another way which is much more efficient and almost just as accurate. That is to take E2 Language's IELTS mini mock test. This will cost you $59. You'll do a complete IELTS test on the computer and you'll get feedback on your writing from a teacher. Not only that, you'll actually do a one-on-one speaking with a teacher as well, who will also give you comprehensive feedback. So you're going to get an indicative score, and also you're going to get lots of information about which questions you're struggling with and information about how you're going on your writing, for example. This is a very good way to determine whether you're ready or not to take the IELTS test. Let's keep moving along. Okay, so let's say you get the results back from your mock test, and let's say your results are really good. Okay, the teacher said fantastic, you're like an IELTS 8 or 8.5 level. Everything is looking hunky-dory, cool bananas. You're going to go and take the IELTS test and you'll probably be successful. Let's say you get the results of your mini mock test and they're not bad, they're not great. Let's say you're aiming for a 7, for example, and you've sort of got a 6.5 for writing, and you've got a bit of a, maybe you've got a 6 for reading, but you've got an 8 for listening. Okay, you may need to go and do a preparation course on e2language.com. We've got courses from the Express for $69. Would take you, you can do that in a couple of weeks, up to 3 months. Right up to our Platinum course, which is a little bit more expensive, but it comes with lots of tutorials and feedback. And both of these come with live classes, for example. This is a good way to do test preparation. But let's say the score you got was bad, or let's say you're just not ready to take the IELTS test because your fundamental English language skills are not there. Your vocabulary, your grammar, your pronunciation are lacking. What can you do? Well, we have a solution now, which is fantastic. What you can do, in fact, is go to E2 School. This is a brand new website from E2 Language, and what it does is it focuses on those basic or fundamental English language skills. And it's cheap, much cheaper than an English language school. For each course, which I'm going to tell you about in a minute, it'll cost you $9 US per month. That is far cheaper than you're ever going to find at a language school or a personal tutor. And it's all at this website here. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce to you Amber. Okay, so to practice the count, non-count distinction, Nima suggests an activity.
Whoa. Hold on. Jay, what are you doing?
I'm trying to improve my grammar by using the big grammar book.
Oh dear. That is not the best way to learn grammar.
Oh.
Do you know what the best way is?
No.
Well, I have the answer.
Oh,
it's called the Grammar Review Course.
It must be expensive. How much is it?
It is 100% free.
Must be a catch.
It sure is.
It's going to teach you grammar?
Everything you need to know about grammar is in that course.
Wow. And how does it work?
Well, we cover the different parts of speech in English.
What's a part of speech?
Right. Well, a part of speech is a different type of word in English.
Okay.
So English has a number of different types of words.
It must have thousands of different types.
No, there are actually only 8 types of speech.
Right.
And so we cover these in the grammar review course.
Okay, so you go through adjectives and nouns and adverbs, and my favorite one,
Yes.
articles, of course. I always have trouble with articles.
In fact, they're tiny words, but probably they cause the biggest problems for many learners of English.
Absolutely. So on E2 School, this grammar review course, which is 100% free, how's it going to help me with my articles?
Well, in each lesson, we go through 3 things. We take you through the meaning of each type of word. We look at the use, how to use it. So, for example, how to use it in a sentence.
Yep.
And we also look at the very important rules.
Okay, great. And you're one of the teachers?
Yes, that's right. And so are you.
Oh, and I am as well. There you go. So, if you do need help improving your grammar, check out E2 School. And we kid you not, the grammar review course is 100% free, which is totally cool.
Absolutely. We look at adjectives, prepositions, pronouns, adverbs, articles, nouns, and verbs in this course.
Magic. That's 7, but
7. Well, conjunctions are coming soon.
conjunctions and interjections, but
That's
that's
exactly
cool.
right.
Good stuff. Thank you. Amber?
Thank you, Jay.
Hopefully these guys will see you at E2 School.
Oh, I look forward to it.
Okay. Oh my God. So much vocabulary to learn before my test. It's just not sinking into my brain.
Are you just trying to learn a list of words?
I'm just trying to memorize all of these words.
Yeah, I think that's your first problem.
Yeah.
Word list is good, it's okay, but it's not really going to help you build your vocabulary.
Right, well, that's my problem. When I take these tests, I find the reading, the listening, and the writing section really difficult because I just lack vocabulary. What can I do?
You need a really good system, and that's why we created this course called Test Ready, which is a really powerful vocabulary learning system, essentially.
Okay.
So the idea is to really learn vocabulary, you have to see it and hear it again and again, several times. Some people say up to 70 times.
Right.
But either way, you need to meet the word in different places, not just on the same word list again and again. So we made this course based around common topics that you might get in a language test.
Oh, nice. Good.
And we drew out the words that are really going to be important to understand.
Okay.
And then we give you those words again and again.
Okay, fantastic. And so this is like, it's a full online course, and there's different activities, and it's video based. Now, are there live classes? Because I love live classes.
Of course.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so every lesson has the topic lesson, which you can access anytime and work through, and it has a live class attached. So you can come along and I'll be there, or one of our other teachers, and we'll take the same topic, some of the same vocab in another context.
Okay.
And you practice reading, writing, listening, and speaking with that vocab.
Fantastic.
It's pretty good.
So if I get an essay prompt that's about education or environment or space travel or whatever, I'm going to be prepared, right?
You're going to be a lot better off than just studying from a list.
Plus, this is boring, to be honest. So Test Ready's not boring. Cool. How much does it cost? No, seriously. Let me tell them. It's $9 per month, $9 per month. That includes all of the live classes as well. So it's way cheaper than a language school, and it's way cheaper than a book actually. So it's a pretty fantastic way to get prepared for your test. Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool bananas.
Jay.
Yes, Siley?
So I need help with preparing for my test.
Okay.
And I need help with my pronunciation in particular.
Your pronunciation's perfect. Oh, you need Speaking Lab, which is a pronunciation course on E2 School. This is going to help you a lot. It's really cool.
So how does it work?
Well, how it works is that there's a video at the beginning, like a lesson that takes you through all the different sounds. There's listening activities, there's speaking activities. And by the end, you're going to know all the different sounds of English, including the ones that you're struggling with.
How many sounds are there?
44 in English.
Whoa, that's a lot.
It is, yeah. You've got to ask me now, do I get feedback?
But how would I know if I'm pronouncing them right?
That's a very good question, Siley. So how it works is, it's really cool. So we've got this software built into the system where you speak into the computer and it actually evaluates you on your word and sentence level pronunciation and gives you feedback on each of those sounds. So you know if you're improving or not improving or whatever. It's really cool. And it's accurate actually, which is great.
So how much does it cost?
This course is $9 per month, which is pretty good. It's much cheaper than a personal tutor, for example.
That's cheaper than my lunch.
True. It's pretty good. Thank you, Jay.
Thank you, Jay.
No problem. Cool. So also on E2 School, we have a general English language course from level 1, which is pretty basic. So if you need to build your sort of general English skills, like you really feel like you need some fundamental skill building, or if you know somebody who does, perhaps you want to share that website. So what you need to do, if you want to do test preparation, check out e2language.com. That's e2language.com. If you want to do general English, including grammar, vocab, pronunciation, check out E2 School. That's e2school.com. So we've got you completely covered from beginning to end. And please prepare properly for these tests. You don't want to just take the test and fail and learn from that. Instead, you should think about test prep or fundamental English skill building before you take your test. Thank you for watching.